This website has a little bit of information about myself and some of my contact info, and it also has the syllabus for our class. So, welcome to Urbi Worlds. It is my pleasure to welcome every student to Urbi Worlds, where air resistance is negligible and where the laws of physics that govern our universe are explored for understanding. Urbi World is inclusive of all students, as everyone is capable and should share the privilege of participating in this scientific exploration. Okay, here's some contact info for me. My name is Alejandro Urbi. I'm a physics teacher at Southwest Legacy High School. This is the address, of course, and here's my email. And this is a picture of my dog. He's a Australian Shepherd mixed with a pointer. Okay, and then here's the syllabus. Next, I'm going to go ahead and read through the syllabus. So the course description is we will delve into our exploration of physics by utilizing the scientific method, researching previously established understandings, crafting hypotheses, conducting experiments, determining conclusions, and making educated predictions of the future. Our experiments will be laboratory and field investigations where observations and measurements are made to get the precise, accurate data on the world around us. Okay, in our case, if we're going to be learning virtually, we'll be doing online or virtual type activities that will substitute for the regular type of labs. This data, along with the knowledge developed in the classroom, will be used to make informed decisions through critical thinking and scientific problem solving. Topics of research will include kinematics, the conservation of momentum and energy, forces, thermodynamics, characteristics of waves and optics, electromagnetism, atomic, nuclear, and quantum physics. When we complete our exploration, we will all be better equipped with the scientific skills and knowledge of physics. It is my hope that we can develop an understanding and appreciation for how fascinating the world is through the lens of studying physics, and I encourage everyone to continue their own explorations as we have just merely scratched the surface. Our topics of study for this year are going to be one-dimensional kinematics, which is the study of motion, Newton's laws of motion, two-dimensional kinematics, universal gravitation, the conservation of energy, conservation of momentum, thermodynamics, mechanical waves, electromagnetic waves, electrostatics, current electricity, magnetic fields and electromagnetism, and atomic, nuclear, and quantum physics. Physics is a very broad field of science where things that are very tiny, such as like the nucleus of an atom or subatomic particles, are studied, and also things as big as stars, black holes, and the biggest things in the universe, and everything in between. In a very general sense, physics is the study of just matter, energy, and forces. Okay, moving on to academic expectations. Your required materials that you'll need every day. Now that we're going to be all virtual or hybrid learning, we just need our Chromebooks mainly. You will be expected to participate in class to the best of your abilities, actively listen to me and your classmates during discussion of class content and related topics. Do not interfere with the learning of others through distraction in any way. Refrain from the use of technology of any kind unless given specific instruction by me, so including phones, headphones, smartwatches. So basically, if you're with me in person or live with me, learning with me, you should be paying attention to the lesson instead of distracting yourself with technology. Of course, you're going to need your Chromebook, so obviously that doesn't really count. But moving on, my absence and late work policy. Each day of class will include some type of assignment that must be completed and turned in on the same day by 11:59 p.m. This is how attendance will be recorded. Okay, so this is very important. Every day there's going to be an assignment, and to get marked present for that day, you have to complete that assignment by midnight that day. If a student does not turn in the day's assignment by midnight, they will be marked absent for that day. However, they can still earn a grade for that assignment if they turn it in late, but their attendance will not be made up. If a student does not turn in work on the due date, a late work penalty of 10 points will be deducted per day that the student does not turn in their work. And work turned in after 4 days past the due date will receive a max grade of a 60. Okay, I'm not going to be too strict on this, especially at the beginning and in this new hybrid setting. So I'll be very flexible with late work to start. Just to clarify that it's important to be present, because if you have 19 or more absences, then you're in danger of losing credit for the class, which could affect your ability to graduate. So you've got to make sure that you're turning in those daily assignments so you get marked present each day. Okay, for communication, parents should expect communication from me in the following ways. The Reminds app is the main one, which will allow me to share important class information with students and parents. This is one of the best ways to communicate with me, and I encourage you to download or sign up to receive text or notifications through these instructions. So you can find my website and figure out how to join my Reminds right here. Phone calls. I will be calling home only when a phone conference is necessary to discuss the student's academic or behavioral issues in class. I will always text the Reminds in advance to make sure it is appropriate for me to call. So yeah, just because we're in a hybrid or virtual setting doesn't mean I'm not going to be calling home if I see that as a necessary thing for me to do. Okay, this website is mainly important for my contact information and the access to the syllabus. You, of course, have access to Google Classroom, which is where you're going to be going every day to look at the assignments that we have posted and also my lessons, which I'm going to be posting. And then with email, I will reply to all emails as soon as possible. I want to go ahead and take a minute to go ahead and just clarify how lessons are going to be provided. Every day, there's going to be a post on Google Classroom for that lesson. Each lesson will have some package of notes for me to deliver to you. I'm going to be experimenting with how I deliver the notes. Sometimes it'll be presentations. Sometimes it'll be readings. But every day, I will also have an instructional video provided, and I will also be recording the live sessions of our classes and be posting those videos as well. So there's going to be 2 videos on each post. There's going to be one video of my instructional content, and there's going to be another video that is a recording of the class of that day. So you can see what questions were asked and see what interactions happens between me and the students on that day with the recording video. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to behavioral expectations. So whenever we go in person, my classroom rules are: the student must treat themselves, others, and the surrounding with respect, follow the dress code, no vulgar language, think before you speak, and no vandalism or tagging. Students must bring required materials to class, so the Chromebooks. Students must be on time to class and seated when the bell rings. The student must follow the district student code of conduct. The student must be seated until class is dismissed. And my discipline measures are a 4-step process. The first time I had to discipline will just be positive behavior intervention, where I will do a redirection to discreetly change behavior. The second step is a student-teacher conference, where I'll talk to you one-on-one and have to discuss behavioral expectations. And the third step would be me contacting the parent, which will usually be in the form of a phone call or a face-to-face meeting to discuss behavioral expectations for the student. And then the last step would be referral to administration, where they will be notified of all the previous steps that I've taken so that they can make an informed decision to correct the behavior. Okay, at the very bottom of this page, I have some student resources. This one is for the first days of school, so I highly recommend that you check this out. Here we have a lot of info of what you're supposed to do on the first days. Includes info on the bell schedule, class info, grades and attendance, how to use Google Classroom, emailing teachers, counselor info, and just general help questions that you might have in mind. So please check out this resource. Second link I have here is the online hybrid learning handbook. This digital binder that's super useful. Okay, this handbook has a lot of info as well. Has a lot of info on the office staff, all of these things here, all the campus information. But one thing I want to point out right now is this link right here, the staff and student expectation. It's another little binder thing that includes info on all of these things. So all 3 of these resources are very useful, and you should refer to them whenever you have any questions about these things: student expectations, staff expectations, attendance, grading, testing and exams, Google Meet guidelines, meeting needs for IEP accommodations or 504, and how classrooms are going to be set up this year. Okay, so that about covers it for my syllabus breakdown. Once again, I'm going to post a link to this website with my syllabus and all these resources. It'll be on Google Classroom, so you can find it there. Now we'll go ahead and move on to the instructional part of today's lesson, where we're going to start our first unit of study, which is one-dimensional kinematics. So this is motion in one dimension. Thank you for listening to me speak about the rules and the expectations. Obviously, learning in this setting is not ideal, but we'll just do the best we can. Seeing that all of our situations are different, I'm going to be very flexible with my expectations of you, But at the very least, I can't stress enough that you need to be completing the assignments that I put on Google Classroom each day before midnight so that you get counts present for that day. All right, let's get on to 1D kinematics.